All right, guys, welcome back. We've got a good friend of mine, Eric Douglas from Davidoff Hard Rock, with us today. Thank you for joining us, brother. Thank you for coming down, bringing your passport, crossing the state line here.
This is a different county. It still feels like a different country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me.
Dude, no. Awesome. Always, we always go up to visit you. And for a change, you have to come visit us this
I
time.
don't mind coming down to Miami.
No, man.
It's all about the hours. It's all about when you come down to Miami.
That's true. That's a good point.
Right? Because it could either be 35 minutes or it could be an hour and 35 minutes.
No doubt about it.
Fortunately, it was only 35 minutes.
Yeah.
This trip.
So I can't promise the same on the way back. But
It's worth it. It's worth it.
I
It's always
appreciate
good
that.
to see you guys.
Appreciate that. So if you don't know Eric Douglas, Eric owns Davidoff Hard Rock in the Guitar Hotel. It is one of our favorite places to smoke. That's why usually when we're going to meet, we'll go up and visit you because we love that place. But why don't you give us a little intro about how you ended up at Seminole Hard Rock with, the Davidoff store inside of the Seminole Hard Rock. So just a brief history of what kind of events led to that.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's somewhat of a long story, but I'll keep it relatively concise. So in college, I became really good friends with a guy who was a Seminole Indian, and we decided to, after college, go into business together. And our first business venture that we went into was right when the Hard Rock was first built, and it was a nightclub. It was called Spirits Nightclub. So at 24, I was brave enough to open up that nightclub. We raised all the money on Wall Street, and that was our first deal. So we opened that up.
You get 24 years old.
24 years old.
You raised the money to open this nightclub on Wall Street.
Wall Street. Solomon Smith Barney back in the day.
Wow.
If you remember that bank.
Of course.
Yeah, so with Solomon Smith Barney Private Equity, we raised that money, put a business plan together, and the market was good at that time, and I think that they were very interested in the fact that there was an Indian casino that was opening that was called the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, the only one in the state. So we put that.
And you put that business plan together before ChatGPT.
That's correct. That's correct. I think we actually wrote it using pens and pencils.
Yeah,
no.
And a little abacus to calculate numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was 187 pages. I remember.
Good Lord.
It's quite comprehensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Learned a lot doing that. So we put that together, opened up that nightclub. And then for me, there was a huge momentum for me and a discovery of being an entrepreneur at that point. I always knew that I wanted to open a business, but honestly, when we opened that up, it was like, wow, this is quite interesting. This is, there's so many moving parts. Hospitality it just gives you a certain kind, it's like a drug almost. When you build a place and you see your guests walk in and they have smiles on their faces, they're having conversations with each other, they're pointing at different aspects of your architectural design. Wow, does that give you a little bit of oomph?
Yeah, well, and there's these relationships that are being built here, and now these friendships that become lifelong friendships were started in my place.
That's right.
That's a rush.
Yeah, there's that. There's the fact that, we had roughly 90 employees in that place. So think about that.
This is serious.
So think about it. 24 years old, we built this business, and now we're partially supporting 90 some people's lives.
Yeah.
We're creating income for these folks. And so for me, that's quite interesting. I always like to, think about the impact that we have on people. And so we were, it was a good feeling. So we opened that up, and as I said, it kind of opened my eyes to entrepreneurship, and I realized that this is where I want to be. I was originally supposed to be a lawyer. I was kind of on a track to be a lawyer. But the fact that, I was like, I'm going to take some time off, and my buddy called me and he said, hey, we got this deal down in Florida if you want to be a part of it. So we opened up this nightclub. And then shortly after we opened that up, we had a few opportunities to open up more. I opened up a car wash. I had a concert promotions company. We did a ton of Latin concerts at Hard Rock when Hard Rock first opened. Mark Anthony, Alejandro Fernandez, you name it, Cheyenne. I didn't even know who these people were.
Yeah.
But I had
because you're originally from New York.
I'm originally from New
York.
And
you're also Native American.
I am. Yep, Shinnecock Indian.
There you go. So shout out to the Shinnecock tribe.
That's right. There you go.
Famous golf course.
Very famous golf course, hosting the 2026 U.S. Open.
Boom. So that is that how you guys hit it off in college?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
were at GW,
I was
right?
at George Washington University. We were the only 2 Native American kids out of 10,000 undergrad. We met in Spanish class.
Of all classes.
Of all classes. Of all classes. We met in Spanish class. So that kind of kicked everything off. And then, and fast forward, we opened up a bunch of businesses. I won't go into the details of all of them, but we opened up quite a few businesses. I learned a great deal. And then a buddy of mine had approached me, and he had opened up a cigar shop at Hard Rock. It was a little kiosk. And he asked me if I would get involved. And I was like, business is business. Looks like an interesting opportunity.
You weren't a smoker.
I was not really a cigar smoker, no. Not remotely close to even a cigar a month. But he approached me and he said, "Hey, would you like to get involved in this operation? I think you could probably be very useful and help us out," because he didn't really have the time to stay on top of it. So I got involved, and it was a small kiosk in the Hard Rock, and it basically serviced.
Was it in that little walkway area outside?
No, it wasn't that one. It was the one that was inside the food court.
Oh, okay.
So it was in the food court. It's called Seminole Cigar Landing. Actually, still in operation today. We still have it today.
Wow.
And that was in 2007 is when I got involved in that. So basically, when I got involved, it had maybe 10 humidors and probably 30 different brands of cigars. It was mostly a cigarette shop more than anything. So when I got involved, I helped to develop all the direct relationships with all the manufacturers. We expanded to over 100 different brands.
This is just learning on the fly.
This is learning on the fly. This is just business. This is just me saying, okay, how can I 10X this business?
Yeah.
So added more brands, added floor girls, put them in uniforms.
Walk around the casino.
And that's what they do today. Yeah. So that business still operates today. But that was my kind of entry point into the tobacco world, so to speak, right? That's how I got involved in cigars. I really gained a love for cigars just by being involved in that business.
How quickly from being in it did you then become like a real cigar smoker?
Probably within 2 years.
I have to take a little bit.
Within 2 years.
Yeah.
It took a little while. Yeah.
How did that come about? Was that like what are these people like so into here? Is that what it was?
It was a little bit of that.
What's up with these?
Growing up, my dad smoked cigars. We didn't grow up with a whole lot, so my dad didn't smoke like premium cigars, but he smoked cigars in a social environment with his buddies when he played golf and things like that. So I always kind of admired that, about him, the way I would see him smoke cigars. I didn't smoke at that time, but I always admired watching him in that social atmosphere, just smoking this stogie.
Yeah.
It was so cool. So I admired that young. But then, when we opened that business, I started to see pretty interesting people visiting the store. Pretty interesting guests at the casino smoking cigars. We had pretty well-known guests, celebrity guests that would come and buy cigars. I was like, there's got to be something to this. So, of course, whenever your rep comes by to visit you, they drop off a couple samples. So eventually I said, I gotta give this a shot.
Do you remember what the first one was?
I think the first one was in Ashton, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rex.
The class.
Rex brought it?
The professor.
Yes.
Yes.
Rex no longer with Ashton, but
that's right.
But back then, yeah.
That's right. He was. And so, so I got into it, and it took a little while because it's an acquired taste. I don't think anyone absolutely loves the first cigar they smoke. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. It's kind of like the first beer you have.
So I did. Like I loved
very
it
first one.
Right out of the gate.
And which one was that?
That was a Gilberto Oliva. There's a brand that was from the Olivas, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But this was before they had their own factory. The cigars themselves were made at Plasencia because Gilberto Oliva, Jose Oliva's dad, he worked for Plasencia. And so he had his own brand made there. And that was the first brand that Oliva had. It's called Gilberto Oliva.
Okay.
And it was white label, gold lettering, kind of going after the Davidoff aesthetic back then. It was a mild cigar. And the first time I had it, that day I drove home in like second gear. I used to drive a stick shift car. And I didn't put my automatic car in second gear. But I drove home, I was like second or third gear, like just, I was like, wow. Because I was not like that. Normally, I was point A to point B. How fast can I get there? Like I was very hyper.
Yeah.
And I was not into smoking. I hadn't smoked anything before that because I played sports badly, but I played them. and I thought that I would like to be good someday, and so I never wanted to never smoked cigarettes, never smoked weed, never smoked any of that.
Wow.
And then that day, Jose Oliva shows me, okay, this is how you smoke the cigar. And so I smoked that cigar. And that day I was like, so the following day I called him. I was like, dude, I need more of that. Like, that was awesome.
Wow.
And he was like, wow, yeah. So he was like, you loved it like that? And I was like, yeah, I really think that that's something for me. This is in, I don't know, 1995 or so, or 94.
Wow. Okay.
What Ivan is giving me signals like, don't talk about the year. Anyway,
it's crazy. That was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
1995.
But before we go too much longer into how you got to be Davidoff Hard Rock,
yeah,
let's talk about what we're smoking.
Yeah,
because we haven't addressed that.
Absolutely.
We are smoking the Montecristo 90th anniversary, which is what we smoked on the main show. So we're continuing that. You have not smoked this yet.
This is my first time smoking this cigar.
What are your initial thoughts?
It's very medium.
Okay.
Very medium, which I like. The shape is, this is a 58, I think, right?
56.
This is a 56. Yeah. I mean, I'm more of I like torpedo. Torpedo is my preferred shape.
The number 2, yeah, so I would have brought that, but they didn't have it.
That's the other one that they have, because this comes in 2 Vitolas, right?
Correct. But they didn't have it yesterday when I bought them.
Yeah. This is no, it's actually very nice. It's actually a lot better than I thought it'd be. Not that I thought it would be bad, but this is a lot smoother. It's definitely creamier. I think Ivan had made that comment earlier that it's got some creaminess to it. It certainly does. But I like it. It pulls very well. It's burning nicely. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited about this.
Are you a flavor notes guy?
A little bit.
Or are you more of a like I like it, I don't like it?
I'm more of a strength, I like it, I don't like it guy. Yeah.
So yeah, because the first comment you made was how medium it was.
That's always going to be
the first thing that you look at.
The first thing that I say. Yeah. And typically for me, a medium cigar in the middle of the day is like my favorite thing, and towards the evening, definitely like a full body, like something that's a little bit strong. You know, something's going to take me a little bit longer to smoke and enjoy a little bit more.
So what do you go to brand wise when you're going for that fuller body?
Well,
after dinner,
I definitely like the I'm a Davidoff guy,
of course,
right? But I mean, I love all lines of Davidoff, but I love Padron in the evening. I do love a good Padron in the evening. Yeah. The
26, 64.
You actually turned me on to the Imperial.
Yeah.
You turned me on to that one. Love it.
Awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great cigar.
So you're a Padron in the evening guy.
If it's not a Davidoff, it's a Padron.
And on the Davidoff line, fuller bodied side, you have a favorite?
There's nothing that's super. I mean,
no, yeah.
Davidoff doesn't really have anything that's super full body.
No, of course, but they do have some that.
I'm a Nicaragua tobacco guy. I love Nicaraguan tobacco, so it's definitely going to be the Nicaragua. That's probably my go-to, and I like the box press too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
My favorite Nicaragua is the Figurado.
Is it really? Yeah.
Like if I have my choice, I'm not messing around with the box pressed or any of that other.
Really?
I want the Figurado for me is
okay.
That is it.
Figurado's a great shape. I mean,
yeah, but the Davidoff Nicaragua Figurado is,
you just love it in that Vitola.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think that's where, to me, and we all have our own tastes. Excuse me. To me, that's where it performs the best.
Well, then you probably like the Diadema as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
So then let's. So we talked about you getting involved with Seminole Hard Rock, but then the kiosk.
Yep.
So then now, how do we go from the kiosk to having the store?
So the kiosk was a great intro for me, right? So I had that for several years, and the number one selling cigar that we had was the Zeno Crown Series Double Grande.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was our number one selling cigar. And we were actually, I think, number 1 or number 2 in the country in sales. Love that cigar. Have you smoked that cigar before?
Yeah, been a while.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Very underrepresented, I think.
I would totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you there. I think that...
You don't see it almost anywhere.
You know what I think might have gained a lot of... Well, there was a point when it was really doing well. And I don't know if you remember that video by Jay-Z. I can't remember the exact name of the video, but he's smoking a Double Grande in that video.
Really?
And I think that created a little bit of momentum for him at that time.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it created some momentum. But that cigar for us did very, very well. And so it was a major consideration when the Hard Rock said, hey, listen, we're going to be expanding this property and we're considering building a guitar hotel and expanding our retail. That was when I said, well, listen, we got a lot of cigar smokers on this property. Not all of them are completely comfortable smoking in all the public areas. We've got to create a space where it's kind of an oasis for them.
This was your idea.
Yeah. Yep. I said, we've got to create an oasis for them where they can kind of enjoy smoking a cigar, feel completely comfortable, and be surrounded by like-minded cigar-enjoying folks, guests. I
like that you said that. People love to say surrounded by like-minded individuals. And people typically will take that to mean like people of the same political lean or people of the same ethnic persuasion or whatever. And I love how you phrased it because that's exactly how I feel about it. When we say like-minded individuals, we mean other people who like cigars.
That's right.
That's all we mean by that. I don't care what the hell you are. If you like cigars, we're down.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we have that in common.
That's it. And that's all we need.
And it takes everything else out.
Everything,
it's just like
everything else is secondary after that.
Everything else is secondary.
Because you're probably a good dude.
That's right.
If you like cigars.
That's right. We pitched it to the Hard Rock. Said, hey, we know you're going to be doing this retail corridor. We'd love to go in there and build a lounge.
Wait, before you go deeper.
Yeah.
Ivan and I have been kicking around this idea of categorizing cigar retail locations and location types.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we have neighborhood stores, we have mega stores, there's all kinds, right? When it comes to the cigar bar space, that one gets broken out into a lot of different subtypes. So, and this is just Ivan and I who do not own a store, but we visited obviously a tremendous amount of them.
A plethora.
But this is your business. This matters to you. So when you were thinking about this oasis in the Guitar Hotel, did you have a type in mind? Have you given these different subtypes any thought? How does that play in your mind?
Well, we already had one type, right, which was the kiosk.
Yep.
Right? So that was more of a transactional store. That wasn't a store that you smoke at. That was just a store where you visit, purchase your product, and you go on about your way.
Off you go.
Off you go. Bye-bye. And in addition to that, obviously we had the floor team that sold, which we called table side, slot side service. So that's one category. We obviously weren't going to recreate that because we knew that that business needed to continue to exist, right? Because we needed to service the casino floor.
Yeah. So what we're doing is in addition to that.
Right. So what we're doing is going to be a little bit different and it's going to create a space. Now, what kind of space? That's what we really had to contemplate. And we really did that. And our design kind of inspiration was based on what was the casino doing and for who. So this whole idea of building a guitar hotel was obviously a globally recognized architectural,
behemoth. I don't know what word you want to throw in there, but
that's perfectly fine. So we had to do something that was kind of along those same lines, and we knew that that the Hard Rock wanted to kind of cater to more of a premium guest, and so we knew instantly that we had to do something that would parallel that.
Okay.
And so that's when when we started to consider all the different types of
that eliminates the like sports bar, cigar bar, thing.
Took it out.
Yeah, that one's not going to go.
Not going to happen. And how do we create a unique experience?
What are the other sort of options?
Right.
In your mind.
So the other options are lush, super premium, very exclusive. More of a kind of casual, roll in, roll out, whatever you're wearing, doesn't matter. So those are the only two options that we could really even think about.
Okay, because there's also the nightclubby kind of cigar bar, almost like a, let's say, Burn, like Rocket Patel Burn.
Right.
That's
a high energy.
Yeah. There's gonna be live music. There's gonna be some dancing going on, right? It's a different kind of vibe.
That's a totally different vibe. That was actually a consideration too. I'm glad you brought that up. So that was actually a consideration too, because what do people go to the Hard Rock for? Entertainment, right? Yeah. They go there for the nightlife. They go there for the high energy environment. But we knew that the Hard Rock was going to have a nightclub there, We knew it was going to have Dare. We knew that there was going to be another nightclub there. So we didn't necessarily want to replicate that feeling.
Correct, yeah.
We want to do something that was kind of in between. If you want to get off the casino floor and smoke a cigar, you don't necessarily want to do that at 120 decibels.
Exactly.
Right.
Which, by the way, is the big, like, when I look at that format, that's the big differentiator. This nightclubby style is not really for conversation.
It's not.
And that's okay.
That's not. And the way we looked at it, and the way I always looked at cigars, was it's a social experience.
Yeah.
Right? It's a highly social experience. And how do we execute that?
Yeah, these are social lubricants.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. I like to call it the equalizer.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, we started to head down that path of, you know what, we want to create a social environment where, and that's really in the hospitality business, that's where your retention comes from, right? You create an environment where people can be social. Well, they can foster relationships, they can maintain relationships, or they can initiate relationships. That's where the hospitality business thrives, really, is creating these environments where people feel, number one, welcomed by your team, your staff, and then they have maybe familiar faces. Remember that show Cheers? You may not be old enough to remember that.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, yeah, you were just talking about 1995.
Easy.
So you want to go somewhere
Everybody
where everybody
knows
knows your name. Right. So you want to kind of foster that environment. So that's that was the thing that we wanted to do, is we wanted to create an environment where people could be highly social. Now, next question is, what level, right?
Yeah.
What level of experience do we want to have? Do we want to have a casual environment, or do we really want to, like, step it up a notch? And we decided to step it up a notch.
Yep.
Right. And we wanted to have more of a premium guest. And we wanted a premium guest to enjoy a premium experience.
So that connotes a certain level of service, right?
That's right.
Which you guys have. You have excellent customer service.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So you have that when you walk into the humidor.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing for us.
Yeah, you're not. There's a lot of stores that you walk into, a lot of cigar shops, where you walk into the humidor and you're on your own. Now, for you and me, that's okay. But for 95% of the customers, that's not okay.
That's right.
You have to have a Sherpa in there that guides you through, what it is that we have here.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
And so what are you interested in? Because most people don't have the experience to know what the heck they want. And so you guys do that really well.
Appreciate that. That's important.
Yeah. And then when you get into the bar, into the lounge area, then you do that extremely well in there. And you have cocktail program. You've got, are you working on coffees now, like higher end coffees? Because you have coffee.
Did you hear about that?
I did. Sarah told me about that.
Yeah, so we're working on, so our focus with respect to the coffee is to kind of enhance, like, the daytime programming. So for the guests that want to come in, maybe pop open their laptop, enjoy a cigar, obviously. What complements a cigar during the day? Better than anything?
Yeah.
A nice cup of coffee. So so we're enhancing our coffee program there, and making sure that all of our team, especially the team that works behind the bar, is aware of how to make a proper coffee. There's nothing worse than asking for a latte and you just get a Americano.
Oh my God, man.
Or,
you are like you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
That drives me insane.
Yeah.
So you say American coffee and they come back with an Americano or latte, and you're like, come on, man, that's like espresso with hot water in it. Don't give me that.
That's right.
Please don't give me that.
That's right. So we don't want anyone feeling like that.
Yeah.
We don't want anyone feeling like that. So we spent a little bit of time on that so far, and we're enhancing it. We're further perfecting it. But yeah, the coffee program is important. But yeah, so that's just an added thing that we're offering there at Davidoff.
On the drinks side, on the alcoholic beverages, what kind of cocktails move there? Before you tell me, why don't we take a sip of this?
Yes.
We are, so on the main show, we tasted 3 cognacs / Armagnacs, and this guy came out as the best pairing with the cigar. This is the Laubade 2005. So
I like the color.
We're not big cognac Armagnac guys, but this kind of we liked it. So I'd like to get your thoughts on it.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
So sip, then puff, see where it's at.
Good choice, guys.
Yeah, we thought it complemented the cigar beautifully.
Pairing. This is really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were impressed.
Super smooth.
So we drink them blind on the main show, and we don't know what we're drinking. I had no idea. I thought that this was like the high end. I thought this was the high end cognac, and it ended up being the Armagnac. I
Wow.
had no idea. But yeah, we were impressed. It has like that like dried fruit, but it's really well balanced. The alcohol is there. It's a 40% alcohol.
No, this is
The alcohol's there, but it's not overpowering. And then with the cigar,
No,
I thought it brought out like a even heavier creaminess into the cigar.
Yeah. No, it definitely brings out a little heavier creaminess. Wow, this is really good. I've only had a couple Armagnacs in my life. There's another company called Castorade that I carry at Davidoff. And it's a nice alternative if you're a cognac drinker, you want to try a little Armagnac, just to kind of like pivot a little bit.
Yeah.
Still be in the same kind of general
Same,
area.
same neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like down the road.
That's right. And there's different levels to this game too. There's different levels of this.
Yeah. And again, I am not so well versed in all of the varieties, but I know enough to be dangerous on that.
Yeah.
And that one impressed me.
No, very good. These are beautiful glasses, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, we have I don't know if it's the right glass for that, but
I don't think so.
We have a ton of glassware, but
no, I think it's perfectly fine.
We had Ivan pick the glasses.
Oh, did you? Makes sense. Just kidding. I love you, Ivan.
Oh.
No, this is really good. Thanks for sharing.
So then in the lounge, what kind of cocktails move? Is it more of a single malt on the rocks, single malt neat bourbons? What is it that moves the most?
You know what's so funny is that whenever we open up a bar or restaurant, especially back in the day we used to open, it was always vodka. It was always the major mover. That was always number one, right? And depending on kind of the city that we open in or the culinary experience that we offer in any of these locations, it'll kind of direct what happens.
Yep.
Dictates, what's your major movers on the spirit side. I almost automatically thought that it was going to be our brown spirits at Davidoff.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, which is it's up there, but tequila.
Oh,
wow, man.
Yeah, but we ran into the tequila buzzsaw, right? Right now, in the last 10 years, it's been a tequila boom.
It's yeah. So it's up there. It's up there with. I think they're both probably around tied. I mean, we have a really nice kind of offering of Macallan. We have everything from the Macallan, the 12-year, both the double oak and the cherry cask, and the sherry cask, and we go all the way up to the. We've got the 30. 25 to 30, which we move pretty well.
Woo.
And then there's the Time and Space. Have you seen the Time and Space?
No, I haven't had that.
You haven't had that?
No.
It's the Macallan. It's the circular bottle.
Yeah, I've seen it. I haven't had it.
Oh, well, you got to come by. We'll have a toast.
Nice.
We'll do a toast. But
Speaking of, we didn't actually toast.
I know. We did miss that. There you go. All right.
All right. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. You always got to sip after you cheers. You know that, right? It's a pet peeve of mine.
Me too. Me too. Okay. Always.
It is yours too?
Yeah, I was trained as a kid that you always. No, I'm kidding.
As a kid. Wow.
But no, in Spanish we always say "Cuando se brinda se toma." So when you toast, you drink.
Okay.
So you always have that in your head.
You have to. What's the point of the toast then?
Yeah. Then
just
why
to hear the clink?
Exactly.
Nah, come on. You got to consume.
Got to do it.
So, so the offering. So we've got great Macallan. We've got all the aged scotches, but tequila is just a big mover for us, and I'm happy with that because I'm a big tequila guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big tequila guy.
Yeah.
And the tequila offerings that are available today, man.
Yeah, people talk about we're living the golden age of cigars. I think it's the golden age of tequila, man.
I think you might be right. I think you might be right. And I don't know about you, but if I don't drink a whole lot, but when I have one too many tequilas, I still wake up okay.
I know.
Right?
That's what I love about it.
I'm pretty clear-minded. I like when you drink a good tequila. Well, let's make that distinction.
No, well, it has to be because the reason that you don't feel good when it's bad tequila or bad anything is because of the additives that they put in there.
Correct.
So your body's having a hard time processing those additives.
I have noticed that.
Yeah. So when it's a pure tequila or a pure spirit like this, you're not going to feel bad here either.
That's right. Nope.
So
we got a nice.
I mean, maybe we won't get to the point where we've had too many of these today, but so let's back up a second.
Sure.
When you decided to go with this upscale lounge with alcohol, with a bar and a retail space, you had some options in who you wanted to partner with to do that.
I did. We talked to quite a few brands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so you ended up with Davidoff.
I did.
And why was that?
Well, for all the things that we just spoke about, right?
Yeah.
So the Xeno Platinum being a big mover, and understanding that at that time, even still today, that is not an inexpensive cigar. That's a premium cigar, right? I mean, that cigar is upwards of $70 a stick. So I knew that the fact that we moved so many of those sticks, that we had to go with a similar type of brand at that level, and that brand specifically made a lot of sense. So, we spoke to a lot of different manufacturers, and the deals varied. What they were willing to offer varied, and some from a financial perspective were better than others, but we had to be more concerned not so much about the deal for us as much as it mattered the deal for the guest, right? The experience for the guest. And so we kind of went down that road, and decided on Davidoff. We went back and forth quite a few times, but we ended up with a really good arrangement with Davidoff. And the team was great, had great interaction with them, and they were very, very supportive of the things that we wanted to do. As you may or may not know, we do monthly events.
Yep.
Always pairing a different cigar with a different spirit, just to create a different experience.
And how do people find out about that? Do they go on your Instagram?
Yeah. So
that's the best way to find out?
Our website, davidoffhardrock.com, or our Instagram, which is Davidoff Hard Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can find out. Or you can just follow us on Eventbrite. We post everything on Eventbrite, all of our events. And they sell out quickly, so thankfully, they sell out quickly.
Yeah.
But for good reason. We have really nice events, and the ambassadors are always very great. Educational experiences is really what we offer. More so than like a casual kind of tasting event. We do something that's a little bit more educational. We want our guests to really be educated about what they're consuming. Yeah. Right? Whether it's a cigar blend or whether it's the different expressions of the spirits, we want people to know what they're enjoying.
You normally do that in your store, in that lounge area.
We normally do it in our 35-seat lounge.
You mentioned earlier, it's an upscale lounge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dress code.
Oh, yeah.
So on the main show, we talked about, we touched on the dress code situation in London, because I was at, a listener asked a question about what the scene is like in London, if you needed to know something before walking in and stuff like that. And the dress code is an issue. If you want to smoke indoors in London, you have to kind of dress up for it. And that's cool, right? I mean, you have to be wearing better than jeans, even if they're designer jeans.
Casual plus?
No, it's going to be business casual.
Business casual
plus.
Okay.
Right. So business casual, they may still look at you funny.
Okay.
But so you have a dress code.
We do. Yep.
And so what is it there at Davidoff?
So we ask that you don't come with any athletic attire. Obviously, we don't want jersey. We don't want you looking like you just walked off of a basketball or a pickleball court, right?
Got a lot of pickleballers? Oh, you're a pickleballer now. Let's not talk about that.
What was the ish?
Because if the golf world loses people to pickleball, and you're a golfer we want to keep in the golf game.
I know. I haven't played pickleball in months.
Good.
In months. Yeah. I don't know that I'll go back. Okay. Although some people are trying to convince me to play paddle.
Pickleballers.
But paddle's a deal.
That's another one.
That's gaining momentum.
Yeah. Paddle. They say paddle.
Paddle. Is that
the Spanish speaking countries, they all play paddle. You're like, oh, you play pickleball? No. I play paddle.
And then the Americans say padel.
Padel. Yeah.
Okay. So, but it originated in South America.
I have no idea.
Okay. I think it did.
I know more about cognac than I know.
Okay.
I just know how I hear these guys pronounce it.
But yeah, we don't want those players in the lounge as, in their playing outfits. Yeah. So we try to we ask you to come dressed probably business casual. In Miami, it's you know how the dress code is. It's broad, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because you could have a sweatsuit that costs $1,200, and you think that that's okay to wear into a place that may ask you to wear business attire or business casual. We like smart casual.
I like that.
Smart casual is kind of it could be kind of trendy.
Yep.
But you still look great.
And so, what happens if you have a whale from the casino?
Oh man, now you're putting me in a corner here.
Yeah. Okay. Whale from the casino guy. Everybody knows this guy drops a ton of money in the casino every month, and he wants to go smoke at Davidoff Hard Rock, and he walks in wearing a tracksuit.
Yeah.
As Ivan yells, welcome. Welcome to Davidoff Hard Rock.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge. We do run into that. It's not, you're
because you're inside of a casino. So you have other considerations, right?
We have all kinds of considerations, and that's certainly one of them. So we do make exceptions. There are, depending on, who the person is and the importance that they are to the casino, because obviously it's a business at the end of the day, right? We do notify the guest that we do have a dress code policy, and on a case-by-case basis, we will make an exception. But we do run into that from time to time. But usually it's like a one-time, we'll let you pass this time, as long as it isn't extreme. Like if you're in a tank top and basketball shorts, typically the whales, or so to speak, the VIPs of the casino don't dress like that.
Do you guys call them whales or no?
No.
That's like not an accepted term.
No, it's not.
I apologize to all the whales out there.
It is a common casino term. We just refer to them as players and VIPs.
Okay.
So we have VIPs, and there's different levels, as you may know, of the Unity card. It goes all the way up to black. So if you are a frequenter of the casino, you're most likely a black. So yeah, it's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll make exceptions, and we'll give you a warning. If it's your first time there, of course, we're going to let you know, because you just didn't know in the past, or you may not have visited us. So we'll just let you know. We do have a dress code, but we'll make an exception.
Yeah, like when Rocky opened the Burn Lounge in Pittsburgh, it is down the street from Heinz Field, where the Steelers play, and the other way down the street is where the Pittsburgh Pirates play, and the Penguins. So it's like in the middle of like all the sports, and so Rocky has a dress code in his locations, but they make exceptions on game day, because what are you going to tell a guy? Everybody's wearing a jersey.
Yeah. So that's the other thing is, like, we get a little bit of an influx of traffic after the Panthers games. So,
of course,
when the Panthers games let out, people want to continue the night. They come to the Hard Rock. And
although I have to tell you, I tried to get there after one of the championship games.
I remember.
I couldn't get out of the parking lot. By the time we got out, I was like, man, I'm done. I don't even want to have a drink right now.
I know. Are they working on that?
I don't know. I think that we parked in a bad spot.
Oh, okay.
I think that,
you can do that at the Hard Rock Stadium too. You can park in a bad spot and just be bottlenecked in for a while. Yeah. So we do get a lot of that, and we make exceptions also, like if it's a big like playoff for the Heat or something like that, then we'll make an exception and we'll let people come in supporting the local teams. We don't have a problem with that.
That's cool.
Yeah, but the dress code thing is important to us, and it's important for many reasons. I mean, obviously, it's like uniforms. I liken it to uniforms in schools. You wear a uniform, you're going to behave a certain way. Right? I mean, I behave differently when I'm at the gym in my gym clothes than I do if I'm at a more formal event. Do
you want to go deeper into this topic? What are you doing in your gym clothes? That's so different. You're like throwing dumbbells.
Well, I'm no animal.
Raging.
You just have a little different swagger, I guess.
Okay.
It's a swagger-based uniform.
And then in your golf attire? And in your padel attire, you're a different guy?
It's a different guy.
All right.
Different guy.
All right, fair enough.
You're switching it up. Yeah.
Fair enough. So now there's some stuff on the horizon here for Eric Douglas Enterprises, right?
It's Bowl Hospitality.
Bowl Hospitality, which, by the way, now that you mentioned Bowl, we didn't mention the restaurants that you have in the Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So Bowl is one of them, and Bay is the other.
And Bay is the other one, yeah.
We shot a cover of the magazine partly at Bay.
That's right.
So just quickly tell us about those two spots, because they're again a few paces away from the store.
Very close. Same four walls of the casino. Yeah. So Bowl was the first restaurant we opened. We opened up that in 2012 in partnership with the Seminole Tribe, and that was great. That was basically to cater to the Asian market. Right, and those that love Asian cuisine. So started off as a 57-seat restaurant back in 2012, and then when they started working on the Hard Rock Guitar Hotel, we requested an expansion because it was just pretty much every night of the week at 57 seats we had a wait list, and our matriculation rate was super high. I mean, almost everybody would wait an hour to 2 hours to eat at the Bowl.
Wow!
So it was like perfect timing when the casino decided to build a guitar hotel for us to then expand. So we expanded, and now we're at 187 seats, and we went from basically 1,700 square feet to a little over 7,000 square feet.
Yeah, it's big back there.
The casino, they were kind enough to accommodate that. So that's Bowl, and Bowl is a Chinese Vietnamese concept.
And it's Bowl, B-O-L, not with the W.
BOL, like best of luck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. So we've got Bowl. Bowl's a great restaurant and kind of quick service.
Yep.
Like 45 minutes, you're in and out.
And you can, if you want to eat at the bar, and be in and out even faster.
Grab some noodles.
Yep.
Pho. You ever had pho? You know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Know it well.
some people say pho.
No.
But if
Say
I can make
pho.
the correction here on this podcast and let everybody know that it is pronounced pho.
There you go.
Okay.
You heard it here.
You heard
Not
it here.
first, but you heard it here.
Yeah. And then we have Bay Korean Grill, which is more of our fine dining experience, and that's Korean barbecue. So that's about 180 some seats, and it's cool. High energy environment.
More higher end. Right?
Yes. Oh yeah. Great experience. Fantastic experience. If
Amazing.
you like steak, we have the best steak. Kobe, Wagyu, A5, Australian. We have it all.
Wow.
All USDA prime meat.
Wow.
Yeah, great experience.
Yeah, no, that place is great, and I thankfully enjoyed it with you.
Yeah.
It's both are killer spots.
Thanks.
And so, but there are even more things, right? There's
Yeah.
more expansion. There's more growth.
Yeah, we're a hospitality group through and through. So we've got quite a few places. We have a place in downtown Hollywood called Social Room, which we've had for 9 years. That's a cool neighborhood bar. Building another one that's about 2 blocks away on Harrison Street too. That one's cool. That's going to be called Common Room. That's an American culinary experience. A lot of the dishes have global influence. And then there's a speakeasy hidden in the back. Invite only speakeasy
Nice.
called the Brooklyn Room.
Love that.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Room's a Brooklyn-inspired speakeasy. So when you walk in, you're going to feel like you're kind of in Brooklyn. Images of Brooklyn on the walls, great wall coverings that kind of are nostalgic.
And when is that opening?
So we're thinking the middle of November.
Man, that's
yeah, it's right around the corner. So if we don't make that mark, it'll probably be sometime in the beginning of December. But there'll be announcements.
November's a busy month for bowl hospitality.
Oh man, let me tell you, we've got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
We've got that. We're going to start building a restaurant in Dania Point. You know Dania Point?
Yeah,
up
of
there?
course.
So
Yeah.
Dania Point. Yeah. We're finalizing.
How do you get to all these places?
By car?
No, that's a lot, dude. You
Yeah.
have a lot of places.
Yeah.
Like, is that part of your rotation to go check them out, or you have a team?
I make my rounds. So I have 2 partners. You know, my brother being one, and one of my very, very close friends, Ross, is our other partner, and we kind of divide up our responsibilities within the group. So
Yeah.
And it works really, really well, honestly. So we oversee certain assets. So I oversee some assets. My brother and then Ross, we all kind of divide up our responsibilities.
Okay, yeah, because otherwise, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's now other stuff being developed farther north.
There is some things being developed farther north.
Yeah. Can we talk about that at all? Or no?
Yeah, we can briefly touch on it. Yeah, we're looking at we're currently looking at a larger format premium cigar lounge a little further up northern part of Broward, southern part of Palm Beach County. Very excited about that. It's gonna be quite a delivery, I think, in terms of size of space and build out of space. So I think for your premium cigar smoker, somebody who likes that kind of Davidoff experience, the same one that we offer at Hard Rock, this is going to be a great opportunity to enjoy a great evening in a larger location. That'll probably have live music on a more regular basis.
So
premium spirits.
Kind of go back to the same question from before.
Mhm.
So what kind of format would you put? What kind of cigar bar type would you put that one into?
That will be in your premium luxury type. Okay.
Premium luxury.
Yep. So both on the retail side and on the lounge side. So we'll include a premium lounge, and then there'll be a membership component to that as well, which there will be designated membership space within that build out.
Man.
Yeah.
So
really cool.
And,
we really
and
like the
live
market.
music on the weekends.
And we think live music on the weekends maybe even more frequent than that. It's going to be more of a classical cigar lounge feel, more so than kind of a neighborhood spot. This is really going to be what we believe a destination for most folks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then there's also the Guitar Hotel being built in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Where the Mirage was.
Viva Las Vegas.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
And so you're slated to have a part in that?
We are slated to be involved in that. Very excited. You know, we have a great relationship with the Hard Rock. They've been great to us. We believe that we've been great to them as well, which has fostered a fantastic relationship.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are in the conversation. We have advanced our conversations to having some space inside the Guitar Hotel, which is great. I don't know if you know much about it, but it's formerly the Mirage.
Yeah, I know that it's going to be considerably taller guitar than the one we have here.
Yeah, so we got, I think, 480 feet in Hollywood. In Vegas, it's going to be 700. Yeah, considerably taller.
Is that like coming? Like, do planes have to change their flight?
Their flight path has.
Yeah, I mean, geez.
It will. From what I understand, it is the tallest building on the Las Vegas Strip. It will be the tallest building on the Las Vegas Strip.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
how cool is that? And it's in the shape of a guitar.
I think the tallest thing I know down there would be like the Stratosphere.
So the Stratosphere is
It's off the strip.
It's off the strip,
Yeah.
but I think that Vegas, and I'm not 100% correct about this. I don't think I'm 100% sure about this, but from what I understand, that is kind of like the marker. You can't go above the Stratosphere. So they wouldn't allow that. So it wasn't approved for that.
So they tried to go bigger.
Oh, they tried to go 1,000. Of course. It's the Seminole Tribe
The
and the Hard Rock.
The Seminole Tribe.
They don't play. They don't play. They do things on a very high level. Even 1,000, they tried 1,000.
It's so crazy. I talked to other tribes.
Yeah.
Around the country when I visit like golf courses or things like that, and when I mention the Seminole Tribe, it's like, oh yeah, we study what those guys do.
Yeah,
and we try to emulate it.
It's been what a pleasure to like work with them. I mean, they are such a fascinating tribe.
Yeah,
from a cultural standpoint and from a business standpoint. I mean, they are a behemoth when it comes to business. I mean, buying a global brand like that and turning it into what it is now, like what Hard Rock is today.
Yeah, Hard Rock was a brand that it was pretty beaten up. Like, you'd walk into these Hard Rock and go, like people would go to just get the T-shirt.
That's right.
And
it was just like, for the merchandise.
I'll get the T-shirt. I don't want to eat. The burgers are terrible. Like it was a beaten up.
It was weathered, but you know what? I mean, it was a little beaten up, but it still outlived Planet Hollywood.
Oh, no, yeah.
Which was loaded with celebrities.
Yep.
Schwarzenegger, and I mean, you name it. Everybody was involved in that.
Yeah.
And it didn't outlast Hard Rock. And it was still one of probably the top 10, top 20 most recognizable brands in the world. Probably because of the T-shirts, right? Because everybody had a T-shirt.
Everybody.
But it was losing its appeal, kind of. It wasn't current. And so Jim Allen, the CEO of Hard Rock and the Seminole Tribe leadership, said, this is a brand that's recognizable. We're doing really well with it in Hollywood. We might as well buy it. And so they did that in 2007. They bought it for $1 billion, roughly.
What is it worth now?
Somewhere about $10 billion or more.
That's amazing. Impressive, man.
It's amazing, right?
So impressive.
An Indian tribe. And the Seminole Tribe, as you may or may not know, was the first tribe in the United States to game. In 1978 or 79, I think it was 78, they opened up the first high-stakes bingo, which is right across the street from Hard Rock right now, classic casino. They were the first to do it. And so they battled the U.S. and they won all of those court cases. And now the Indian gaming revenue, I think today across the United States is about $50 or $60 billion a year, all started by the Seminole Tribe.
Wow. They were
How
trailblazers.
Without a doubt. And they continue to be.
That's so impressive.
Yeah, it is.
And your relationship with them is kind of unique because you're from the Shinnecock tribe.
Correct.
So how does that work? Do you have a special place in their hearts because you're Shinnecock, or could I have opened the lounge there?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think that the fact that I have that I'm Native American, I think kind of played a part in the relationship that I gained first in college.
Sure.
And I think on an ongoing basis, I think that there's cultural consistencies between Native Americans just in general. We've kind of gone through the same type of issues with this country historically. So I think that those parallels have really strengthened my relationship with them, and there's a certain level of trust that we have with each other. And the fact that I've honestly just been a really good business person under their roof.
You've been an excellent partner.
Yeah, and we that's kind of how we operate. We operate in an honest way. We don't try to cut any corners, and we just want to be good partners, both with the Hard Rock and Seminole Tribe.
And so, does any of this influence from the Seminole Tribe, does that do anything for you as a Shinnecock Indian? Like, does that impact? Do you do things with your tribe now differently after your influence from the Seminoles? Or?
Sure. No, I have a great relationship with my tribe and my tribal leadership, and as much as I can. I mean, my schedule's pretty busy.
Yeah.
But as much as I can, I support all of the programs. I was involved in a board that my tribe has, an economic development board, and I was able to be involved in helping the tribe to generate some pretty significant revenue, creating some businesses, a cigarette wholesale business, and some other operations, some concerts. So I've been able to do that, utilizing the skills and the experience that I've gained with the Seminole tribe. And the Seminole tribe also supports my tribe, and the golf tournament that I play in every year, the Seminole tribe donates quite a bit to that organization. It's called the Shinnecock Golfers Association. And that was actually one of the organizations that helped to put me through college. So I'm very grateful to that.
Oh,
so
no
I've been
kidding.
I've been supporting that for 10 plus years. Yeah. They helped to pay for my books and some of my tuition. So I'm grateful to that organization. Because, like I said, I don't come from much, so every little dollar that the tribe was able to help us with got me to where I am today. So I'm grateful for that.
Wow, man, that's really good stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's a great place to close on.
Yeah.
That's a good story. And then down the line, we can expect to hear some news
There will be some news. We'll be making some announcements as soon as we button some things up. But I think
about this more northern
opportunity.
Yeah.
That I think
I can't wait, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope you come to the grand opening, will you?
Yeah, I mean, I'll see. I'll look at my
You might-
schedule.
This is the first invitation, by the way.
I'll
Just
look
so
at my
know.
schedule.
You're look. I
You know,
don't know what you're doing in 2026.
you know I'll be there no matter when it is.
Appreciate that, man.
So let's recap the social media accounts.
Yeah.
Again, and the website.
Yeah.
So Hard Rock, DavidoffHardRock.com.
That's right. Was the website, and then it's just Davidoff Hard Rock is our handle for Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Very good, man.
Yep.
Anything else we want to talk about here?
No, I think we covered quite a bit.
I think we did.
Quite a bit.
I think we did.
You now
Thank
know
you,
a little
bro.
bit more about me.
That's it.
I haven't.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming down, bro.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been a pleasure.
All right, we'll see you soon. All right, guys.
Absolutely.
There you have it. Eric Douglas, Hard Rock, Davidoff.
Let's go.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Cigar Snob on YouTube. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. There's a lot of content on our channel. And we also print a magazine, so subscribe to that at cigarsnob.com. But in the meantime, catch you on the next one.